No one is without flaws. We all have moments where we don't live up to our standards. However, there's a difference between a flawed person who does their best and someone who is persistently harmful. Unfortunately, some people only seek to cause harm to others. These individuals will continually inflict pain on you and others. This behavior can stem from past traumas or personality disorders. Regardless of the reason, it's important to avoid these people. By knowing what to look for, you can identify 5 warning signs that indicate someone is harmful to you. From a Stoic perspective, this awareness not only helps you accept your own imperfections, but also aids in understanding those around you. The goal isn't to isolate yourself, but to gain a deeper understanding of the world, fostering a more harmonious and meaningful life. In this video, we will explore 5 signs of a malicious person through Stoic philosophy, so we can all navigate life with the light of truth and knowledge. 1. Deception and dishonesty. Deception and dishonesty are intertwined concepts that involve misleading others through falsehoods, concealment, or manipulation. While both aim to create false beliefs or impressions, they operate in different contexts and with varying motivations and methods. Deception refers to the act of causing someone to accept as true or valid what is false or invalid. Deception can be achieved through various means, including lying, misleading, or omitting crucial information. It is a broader concept that encompasses any action intended to distort the truth, including both active and passive forms of misleading. Deception can be motivated by a range of factors. Individuals may deceive others to gain personal advantages, such as financial gain, social status, or power. In some cases, deception is used to protect oneself or others from harm or embarrassment. For instance, a person might lie about their whereabouts to avoid conflict or protect someone's feelings. Deception is also prevalent in strategic contexts, such as warfare, where misleading the opponent is a common tactic. Dishonesty, on the other hand, specifically refers to the quality of being untruthful or deceitful. It is a more focused term that directly pertains to the integrity of an individual's actions and statements. Dishonesty is a personal attribute that reflects a habitual tendency to deceive or mislead. Dishonesty can take many forms, including outright lying, cheating, theft, and fraud. It often involves a deliberate intent to deceive for personal gain or to avoid negative consequences. Dishonesty can erode trust and damage relationships, as it undermines the foundation of mutual respect and reliability. When a person is dishonest, it not only affects their reputation, but also the well-being of those deceived. The psychological and social implications of deception and dishonesty are significant. Trust is a cornerstone of human interactions, and when it is violated, the repercussions can be profound. In personal relationships, dishonesty can lead to a breakdown in communication, emotional pain, and a loss of intimacy. In professional settings, it can result in a toxic work environment, loss of credibility, and legal ramifications. Moreover, habitual dishonesty can have detrimental effects on the individual engaging in deceptive behaviors. Constant lying can lead to increased stress, guilt, and a distorted sense of reality. It can also make it difficult for the individual to form genuine connections with others, as their interactions are built on falsehoods. Addressing deception and dishonesty involves fostering a culture of honesty and transparency. On an individual level, cultivating self-awareness and ethical values is crucial. Encouraging open communication and providing safe spaces for truth-telling can reduce the temptation to deceive. Education on the importance of integrity and the long-term benefits of honesty can also play a significant role. On a societal level, systems and institutions can promote honesty by implementing policies that reward transparency and penalize deceit. Legal frameworks that deter fraudulent activities and protect whistleblowers are essential. Additionally, Fostering a cultural narrative that values truth and integrity over short-term gains can shift societal norms towards greater honesty. In conclusion, while deception and dishonesty are pervasive aspects of human behavior, understanding their roots and consequences is vital for fostering trust and integrity in relationships and society. By promoting values of honesty and transparency, individuals and communities can work towards building a more truthful and trustworthy world. Thomas and Clara are a typical example of this observation. In a small, picturesque town nestled between rolling hills and a crystal-clear lake, lived a young woman named Clara. Clara was known for her kindness and honesty. Her gentle nature endeared her to everyone in the community. She ran a small bakery, where her warm smile and delicious pastries brought joy to her customers each day. Clara was deeply in love with a man named Thomas, a charming and ambitious entrepreneur who had recently moved to the town. Thomas seemed to share Clara's feelings, and their relationship blossomed quickly. The townspeople often remarked on what a perfect couple they made, their love story appearing straight out of a fairy tale. However, beneath Thomas's charming exterior lurked a heart shadowed by deception and dishonesty. Unbeknownst to Clara, Thomas was not the man he claimed to be. He had moved to the town under false pretenses, running from a series of financial scandals and failed business ventures that had left him with a tarnished reputation. Thomas saw in Clara not just a loving partner, but a means to restore his fortune. Her bakery, though small, was thriving, and Thomas convinced Clara to let him handle the business side of things, promising to expand and modernize it. Blinded by love and trust, Clara handed over control of her beloved bakery to Thomas. At first, everything seemed to be going well. Thomas implemented new marketing strategies and expanded their customer base. But soon, Clara began to notice discrepancies in the finances. Whenever she asked Thomas about it, he brushed her off with sweet reassurances, accusing her of not trusting him. Wanting to believe in him, Clara suppressed her doubts, though a gnawing feeling of unease grew within her. One day, Clara discovered a stack of unopened letters in Thomas's study. They were from debt collectors and banks, all demanding repayment of significant loans taken out in the bakery's name. Her heart sank as she realized the extent of Thomas's deception. He had not only squandered her money, but had also placed her in severe debt. Devastated, Clara confronted Thomas, who finally dropped his charming facade. He admitted to everything with cold indifference, blaming her naivety for allowing him to deceive her so easily. He left town that very night, leaving Clara heartbroken and financially ruined. The news of Thomas's betrayal spread quickly through the town. While the townspeople rallied around Clara, their support could not ease the pain of her broken heart and shattered trust. She had to sell the bakery to pay off the debts, losing the place that had once been her pride and joy. Clara remained in the town, but the light in her eyes had dimmed. She still baked, but now it was for herself and the few who still visited her small home, not for a thriving business. She found it hard to trust again, the scars of Thomas's deceit leaving a deep wound in her heart. Years passed, and while Clara eventually rebuilt her life, the shadow of deception and dishonesty that Thomas cast over her never fully disappeared. Her story became a cautionary tale in the town, a reminder of how love can be tainted by betrayal, and how even the kindest hearts can be broken by the cruelty of dishonesty. We hope you found this video valuable. If you found the message helpful and would like to support us, please like and share the video with your friends. Together, we can build a stronger and more positive community. 2. Manipulative behavior. Manipulative behavior involves exerting influence over others to achieve one's own goals, often at the expense of the well-being or autonomy of those being manipulated. This type of behavior is characterized by cunning, deceptive, and underhanded tactics aimed at controlling or exploiting others. Characteristics of manipulative behavior. Manipulative behavior can manifest in various ways, often tailored to the specific situation and individuals involved. Common tactics include 1. Deception, providing false information or omitting critical details to mislead someone. 2. Gaslighting, making someone doubt their own perceptions, memories, or sanity. 3. Flattery or charm, using excessive compliments or friendliness to win someone's favor and reduce their ability to see the manipulator's true intentions. 4. Guilt tripping, making someone feel responsible for causing harm or disappointment to elicit compliance or sympathy. 5. Playing the victim, pretending to be hurt or wronged to gain sympathy and manipulate others into providing support or making concessions. 6. Isolation, cutting someone off from friends, family, or other support systems to increase dependency on the manipulator. 7. Coercion and threats, using intimidation, threats, or ultimatums to force someone into a particular action or decision. Psychological underpinnings. The roots of manipulative behavior can be complex and varied. Psychological factors contributing to manipulative tendencies often include insecurity. A person who feels inadequate or threatened may resort to manipulation to gain a sense of control or superiority. And narcissism. Individuals with narcissistic traits often manipulate others to maintain their self-image and fulfill their desires. A past trauma. Experiences of neglect, abuse, or betrayal can lead to manipulative behaviors as a means of self-protection or to regain lost control. A learned behavior. Manipulative tactics may be learned from influential figures during formative years, such as parents or peers who employed similar strategies. Impact on relationships. Manipulative behavior can have profoundly negative effects on relationships. The most immediate consequence is the erosion of trust. When someone feels manipulated, their sense of security and trust in the manipulator diminishes. This can lead to feelings of betrayal, resentment, and emotional distress. Over time, persistent manipulation can result in emotional abuse. The consistent undermining of a person's confidence and autonomy can be a form of emotional abuse, leaving long-lasting psychological scars. A dependency and isolation. Victims of manipulation may become increasingly dependent on the manipulator, especially if isolated from other support networks. A conflict and estrangement. Relationships strained by manipulation often experience heightened conflict and, ultimately, may lead to estrangement or breakup. Addressing manipulative behavior. Addressing manipulative behavior requires awareness, assertiveness, and often external support. For individuals dealing with a manipulative person, strategies include setting boundaries, clearly defining what behaviors are unacceptable and sticking to these limits. Assertive communication, expressing needs and concerns directly and confidently without aggression. Seeking support, turning to friends, family, or professional counselors for guidance and reinforcement. Educating oneself, understanding the signs of manipulation and the typical tactics used can empower individuals to recognize and resist manipulation. For those who exhibit manipulative behaviors, self-reflection and professional help can be crucial. Therapy can uncover underlying issues driving the behavior, such as insecurity or past trauma, and provide healthier coping mechanisms and interpersonal strategies. In conclusion, manipulative behavior is a damaging pattern of interaction that undermines trust and mutual respect in relationships. Recognizing and addressing manipulation, whether in oneself or others, is essential for fostering healthier, more genuine connections. By promoting open communication, mutual respect, and emotional honesty, individuals can counteract the negative effects of manipulation and build stronger, more resilient relationships. 3. Lack of empathy and compassion. Empathy and compassion are fundamental to human relationships, enabling individuals to connect, understand, and support one another. However, a lack of these qualities can have profound and far-reaching consequences. Understanding the roots and impacts of a lack of empathy and compassion is crucial in addressing the issue and fostering a more humane society. Impacts of lack of empathy and compassion. A deficiency in empathy and compassion can lead to strained or dysfunctional relationships. Without understanding and responding to others' emotions, conflicts can escalate and connections can weaken, resulting in isolation and loneliness. In professional settings, a lack of empathy can lead to poor teamwork, low morale, and increased stress among employees. Leaders who fail to show compassion may struggle to inspire and retain talent, ultimately affecting organizational performance. On a larger scale, the absence of empathy and compassion can contribute to social inequalities and injustices. When individuals and institutions do not consider the experiences and needs of others, marginalized groups suffer disproportionately, perpetuating cycles of poverty and discrimination. Both those who lack empathy and those who are on the receiving end of such behavior can experience negative mental health outcomes. Empathy deficits are linked to higher levels of stress, anxiety, and depression, as social bonds and supportive networks are weakened. Incorporating empathy training and emotional intelligence education into school curricula can help cultivate these skills from a young age. Programs that teach active listening, perspective-taking, and compassion can make a significant difference. Encouraging practices such as mindfulness and self-reflection can enhance individuals' ability to empathize. Mindfulness promotes awareness of one's own emotions and the emotions of others, fostering a compassionate mindset. Strengthening community ties and promoting cooperative activities can help counteract the isolating effects of modern society. Community service and volunteer opportunities provide practical ways to develop and exercise empathy and compassion. Leaders in all sectors can set the tone by modeling empathetic and compassionate behavior. When influential figures demonstrate these qualities, it creates a cultural shift that values and prioritizes emotional intelligence. The lack of empathy and compassion is a multifaceted issue with deep roots and wide-ranging effects. By understanding its causes and impacts, and by actively promoting empathy and compassion through education, mindfulness, community engagement, and leadership, society can move toward a more connected and supportive future. Empathy and compassion are not just personal virtues but essential components of a healthy, functioning society. 4. Vindictiveness and malice. Holding on to grudges and seeking revenge are contrary to Stoic teachings, which advocate for forgiveness and emotional control. A person driven by vindictiveness and malice operates from a place of anger and resentment, which are destructive both to themselves and others. Be cautious of those who are quick to retaliate, harbor grudges, or display enjoyment in others' misfortunes. This behavior signals a deep-seated bitterness and a propensity for causing harm. Vindictiveness and malice are two intertwined aspects of human behavior, often stemming from deep-seated emotions and psychological triggers. While both terms are related to negative and harmful actions or intentions, they have distinct characteristics and underlying motivations. Vindictiveness refers to the desire for revenge or retribution. A vindictive person seeks to retaliate against someone who they perceive has wronged them. This desire for vengeance is often fueled by feelings of hurt, betrayal, or injustice. The vindictive individual is driven by the need to see the perpetrator suffer as they did, aiming to restore their own sense of balance and fairness. Vindictiveness can manifest in various ways, ranging from subtle acts of spite to overt and aggressive behaviors. It is often a reactionary emotion, arising in response to specific incidents that trigger feelings of anger and resentment. Malice, on the other hand, is characterized by a more generalized and deep-seated ill will towards others. A malicious person harbors a desire to cause harm, pain, or suffering, not necessarily as a response to a specific wrong but out of a broader sense of animosity or cruelty. Malice can be more premeditated and calculated than vindictiveness, as it involves a deliberate intention to inflict harm without the provocation of a personal slight. It represents a more pervasive and enduring aspect of a person's character, often linked to envy, hatred, or a desire for power and control. The motivations behind vindictiveness and malice are complex and multifaceted. Psychological factors such as insecurity, low self-esteem, and a history of personal trauma can contribute to the development of these negative behaviors. Social and cultural influences also play a role, as societal norms and values around justice, honor, and revenge can shape an individual's responses to perceived wrongs. The impacts of vindictiveness and malice can be far-reaching and damaging. On a personal level, these behaviors can lead to strained relationships, loss of trust, and emotional turmoil. In a broader societal context, vindictive and malicious actions can contribute to cycles of violence and retaliation, fostering an environment of fear and hostility. Addressing vindictiveness and malice requires a multifaceted approach. On an individual level, self-awareness and emotional regulation are crucial. Therapy and counseling can help individuals understand the roots of their negative emotions and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Cultivating empathy and compassion, both personally and through societal norms, can also mitigate these harmful tendencies. Encouraging a culture of forgiveness and understanding, rather than retribution and punishment, can help break the cycle of vindictiveness and malice. In conclusion, while vindictiveness and malice are natural human responses to certain stimuli, they represent destructive forces that can wreak havoc on personal relationships and societal harmony. Understanding their origins and implementing strategies to counteract these tendencies are essential steps towards fostering a more compassionate and just world. 5. Egoism and self-centeredness. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of community and acting in the service of the common good. An individual who is excessively self-centered and prioritizes their desires over the well-being of others demonstrates a lack of concern for communal harmony and justice. Watch for individuals who consistently put their needs and wants above everyone else's, showing little regard for the impact of their actions on others. Their egoism can lead to unethical decisions and behaviors. Egoism and self-centeredness are closely related concepts that describe attitudes and behaviors focused primarily on oneself. While both terms involve a high degree of self-interest, they have distinct connotations and implications. Egoism is a philosophical and ethical doctrine suggesting that individuals are inherently motivated by self-interest. In its purest form, egoism posits that actions are morally right if they promote the individual's long-term self-benefit. This philosophy can be divided into two main categories: psychological egoism and ethical egoism. Psychological egoism is the descriptive claim that humans naturally act in their own self-interest. Ethical egoism, on the other hand, is the normative stance that individuals should act in ways that serve their own interests. Egoism can have both positive and negative aspects. On the positive side, it can lead to self-improvement and personal development as individuals strive to achieve their goals and fulfill their needs. It can also foster a sense of responsibility and independence. However, unchecked egoism can result in neglect of others' needs and a lack of empathy, leading to behaviors that are exploitative or harmful to others. Self-centeredness refers to a more overt and often negative focus on oneself. A self-centered individual prioritizes their own needs, desires, and experiences over those of others, often to the detriment of relationships and social harmony. Self-centeredness is typically characterized by a lack of consideration for others, an inflated sense of one's own importance, and an expectation that others should cater to one's needs and wants. While self-centeredness can sometimes stem from a natural self-preservation instinct, it often manifests in behaviors that are perceived as selfish, arrogant, or inconsiderate. For example, a self-centered person might dominate conversations, disregard others' feelings, and show little interest in collaborative or altruistic endeavors. This attitude can lead to social isolation, as others may find it difficult to engage with someone who appears uninterested in mutual respect and reciprocity. The roots of egoism and self-centeredness can be traced to various psychological and social factors. Childhood experiences, cultural norms, and individual personality traits all play significant roles. For instance, environments that overly emphasize competition and individual achievement may foster egoistic and self-centered behaviors. Additionally, certain personality disorders, such as narcissistic personality disorder, are characterized by extreme self-centeredness and a pervasive need for admiration. Addressing egoism and self-centeredness involves both personal and societal efforts. On an individual level, fostering self-awareness and empathy is crucial. Practices such as mindfulness, reflection, and active listening can help individuals become more attuned to the needs and feelings of others. Developing a sense of interconnectedness and recognizing the benefits of cooperation and mutual support can also mitigate extreme self-centered behaviors. On a societal level, promoting values of community, empathy, and altruism can counteract the negative aspects of egoism and self-centeredness. Education systems and cultural narratives that highlight the importance of collective well-being and interdependence can encourage individuals to look beyond their own interests. In conclusion, while egoism and self-centeredness involve a focus on oneself, they represent different degrees and expressions of self-interest. Understanding these concepts and their impacts on personal and social dynamics is essential for fostering healthier relationships and communities. Balancing self-interest with empathy and consideration for others is key to mitigating the potentially harmful effects of these attitudes. By using these Stoic principles, one can better identify and navigate interactions with potentially harmful individuals. Protecting oneself from those who lack virtue and exhibit destructive behaviors is essential for maintaining one's own moral integrity and mental peace. And through this video, you have become aware of warning signs to avoid malevolent people and have added strength to your life. Remember, it's not just about recognizing, but also about taking action. I have a question for you. Have you ever encountered these signs? What have you done to protect yourself from these dangers? If you found this video helpful and meaningful, don't hesitate to like and share it to spread the message to others. To continue receiving such useful content, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos from us. Thank you for taking the time to join us and share thoughts on Stoic philosophy with us. Remember that in a world full of challenges, true power lies in controlling our reactions and choosing the path of ethics. Keep watching the next videos displayed at the end of today's video and live by Stoic principles. Aiming for strength.